Cursa has merged gentle pigs with rabid DNA, then turned them loose against us. These creatures proudly carry thwomps on their backs, which they use to shake the heroes to their foundations by leaping into the air unaided and crash landing nearby. They are resistant to electricity, but vulnerable to ooze, proving that even with Cursa, trade-offs are necessary. Rabbits on pristine peaks are many things, but easily daunted is not one of them. While it is always winter there, extreme weather can cause mountain trails to become inaccessible. Hence, rabbits have little faith in them, instead forging their own paths to the summit. Even a visit to Madame Bois-Strella's is uncertain, a place with a reputation for informing customers that they are doomed year-round. The rabbits' frenetic creativity prompted them to make secret playgrounds for themselves on every planet they inhabit. Unfortunately, any pains they took to hide them were ineffective against Cursa. Fortunately, a less than scrupulous merchant, SalesBot 9.99 plus TX, sells its own custom-made keys to unlock them, payable only with a localized and untraceable currency, planet coins. Do I appreciate the classical beauty of the Winter Palace? I believe so. Its intricate exterior is duly impressive. Its main keep is flanked by 2 great wings, protected by labyrinths, secret passages, and more. Most impressive is the Winter Palace Library, curated by Telesio, a descendant of the palace's original owners. He restricts access to the library with an ingenious mechanism. We met a curious figure in Captain Orion, the de facto warden of Pristine Peaks, after we crash-landed there in his ship. This fisherman of the cosmos, who lived a life of quiet solitude, was overcome with worry over someone who he recently rescued, who wandered off inside the Winter Palace. How do bioforms create attachments so quickly? It seems as much of a curse as a blessing. The natural splendor of the mountain of Pristine Peaks casts a large shadow over the planet, including the Winter Palace, a smaller but no less ambitious monument to its creators. A thermogravimetric analysis of its exterior reveals that the star-shaped iconography, as well as the rabbit ears adorned with crowns, were added more recently, possibly by a rabbit attempting to show its devotion to Rosalina. This latest mutation of Cursa's has been integrated perfectly into the environment on Pristine Peaks, a cunning and aggressive predator that works to immobilize its prey by getting in close and freezing it still. Even in defeat, it is a threat, launching a final, glacially charged explosion that chills to the bone all heroes within reach. As one would expect, it is especially vulnerable to fire. Cursa's cunning is endless. If I were not an AI, my studies would quickly give way to emotion. These long-range threats climb quickly to high elevations to achieve tactical advantages and make use of a special attack triggered by movement. They have a sensitivity to fire, but are well protected against frostbite-charged attacks. Today we encountered a bioform more terrible than any of Cursa's minions thus far, a spark hunter named Midnight. An analysis revealed that Midnight is the result of a merge between rabid DNA and a cold mist during the dead of night that chills one to the bone. The combination is cunning, alluring, and highly treacherous. I have had the honor to observe Luigi, Mario's brother, a formidable hero in his own right, though his tactics, as with many things involving the siblings, are both contradictory and complementary. Luigi thrives when striking from long range behind cover. He also has a special ability that allows him to attack reflexively at the slightest hint of movement that catches his eye, even at long distances. Rabbit Peach is thought by some to be self-absorbed due to her dedication to self-portraiture, yet no one is more effective at healing other heroes, and her self-described diva personality belies her sheer offensive power. In particular, an attack that launches a sequence of 3 powerful sinking shots, which have a 100% hit rate versus enemies, even when they're behind partial cover. I am unable to avoid thinking about Dr. Vent, a scientist we met who was ill-advisedly using the hot air flowing from a mask-like aperture to unthaw a monstrous-looking rabbit encased in ice that he discovered in a cave. To call this ill-advised is an understatement. His assistant convinced us that his erratic behavior was caused by extreme isolation, all 72 hours of it.